these lines. So we saw particular mechanisms to help us define targeted interventions that were what? Does anyone remember how we accomplished that? Through what aegis were we able to accomplish this sort of targeting of an intervention? Do you remember what these mechanisms are called? Yeah, dynamic parameters and an action parameter. And those were normally hidden from view, but they're in the advanced tab of parameter. And they can be used for very surgical, precise use. They're very flexible. They allow you to specify essentially rules, not just numbers, but rules as in parameters, and then apply those rules. So we saw those sort of mechanisms, and we saw a variety of mechanisms on the side of analysis. We introduced this construct of a data set, which can accumulate data over time, and we added values to it, X and Y values associated with particular individuals in the population, but often you use that to accumulate data over time, perhaps on the number of people right now who are falling below the poverty line or what have you. Okay. We also saw the profound influences that intervention can play, both in yesterday and today, in terms of shaping the health of the entire population, even when that intervention is focused on subgroups of that population. And we saw how, because of nonlinear effects, combining together two interventions can yield very different outcomes than you would expect from the sum of the gains of each intervention in isolation. Those interventions can sometimes be synergistic, or they can work across purposes, and we can capture both effects by examining their effects within a model. And we saw that, again, interventions are often accomplished by changing parameters, but sometimes by giving rules to whom they apply what to do for those people to whom they're applying. Okay. So those are some themes for yesterday. We also touched on a wide variety of other issues, from issues having to do with scalability to other platforms, to issues having to do with the possibility of using any logic to investigate additional areas. So that's a bit of recap of yesterday. We have a variety of videos that are discussing some major components of yesterday. We did lose some material. Any questions on the material yesterday before we start today's little exercises with hybrid modeling? Questions? Okay, are you ready to go? You ready to try it? Okay, let's roll up our sleeves.